And this induction is categorized into 7 parts. So we are going to touch upon these 7 parts of the induction. Part 1 is about introduction. We will see the general objectives of this curriculum induction. We will see the specific objective of the curriculum induction. Under the part 2, we will see background of citizenship education, the nomenclature of citizenship education either in Ethiopia or somewhere in the globe. And then we will see what is made in relation to this as a background. And part 3 is about position paper. There was a position paper which was conducted, there was a research which was conducted and identified some of the strengths and weaknesses of the former or the current, the existing curriculum. So we will see some of the findings of the research. And then part 4 is about major changes in the new curriculum, what is made, what is included, and what is new in the new curriculum of citizenship education will be discussed. And part 5 is about curriculum documents of the citizenship education. Yes, the curriculum documents are syllabus, content flow chart, syllabus, student textbook, teacher guides. And so we will try to see these new curriculum documents too. And part 6 is about teaching and assessment methodologies of citizenship education and the planning, the needs to planning and how we need to plan. And finally, we will try to touch upon the last part is part 7, and part 7 is about conclusion. And then finally, I will have a message for you. The introduction part, yes, this training has its own objective. The induction has its own objective as a general objective and that of specific objectives. So the general objective of the induction is to introduce the changes in the new curriculum. I told you earlier that this curriculum is already changed or it is already revised. So to introduce what changes are and the new curriculum is one of the general objective of this induction or this training. The specific objectives is just to internalize the major shifts of citizenship education in the new curriculum. What are the major shifts? What are included in this new curriculum of citizenship is the other thing. And then to introduce the new contents of the subject. What are the new contents included in this subject? And to address the 21st century skills in citizenship education. Some new skills which can go with the 21st centuries are already addressed. And so just to introduce you with these new skills of 21st century, and finally to aware the way how the new curriculum was formed is the specific objective of this induction of citizenship curriculum. The expected training outcomes is so that at the end of this training or at the end of this induction, trainees will be able to understand the new curriculum reform, why the reform was made, how the reform was made, and then put the knowledge they get into practice. Yes, yeah. You are expected to put practically what you have seen, from this new curriculum, and aware the way the new curriculum is reformed, internalize the major shifts of citizenship education in the new curriculum, understand how curriculum documents are aligned. Yes, when a curriculum is developed, there should be an alignment between curriculum documents, such as syllabus, student textbook, and that of teacher guide. And then to get familiar with the 21st century skills addressed in the 21st century, citizenship education. Introduction, it is obvious that education plays an indispensable role for national development through the development of social, economic, and political values. So one of the key areas that countries have to focus on in their education curriculum is building citizens with civic knowledge, civic skill, and civic attitudes. So to this end, a school curriculum should be revised based on research finding and recommendation to meet the desired socio-political and economic dynamism of either a given country or at the global level. Thus, the civics and ethical education curriculum is being redesigned again, taking into consideration the study findings and the practical issues that arose during the implementation of the subject, that is the former subject, civic and ethical education. So now, let us see the background of citizenship education. Let us have a look of the overview of the citizenship education. Citizenship education is emerged as a subject in the areas of social science and relies on the country's issues, which has different nomenclature in different countries. For instance, in America and Germany, it is named citizenship education, right education in South Africa, character education in Singapore, moral education in Ethiopia during the reign of Haile Selassie, political education in Ethiopia during Derg time, and then civics and ethical education in Ethiopia starting from 1968 up to the present time. So citizenship in Ethiopia, the name, the contents, and the methods of civic education have been changing from regime to regime, and it has been influenced by the deep-rooted religious and the political philosophy of a particular political system, especially when we see Haile Selassie, during Haile Selassie time and that of during the Derg time. So it was not adapted in accordance with our context. When we look at the citizenship education under the two regime, we can say that it is not adapted in accordance with the local reality of Ethiopia. So now let us try to see how this curriculum was designed during monarchical feudal era. So this curriculum was not adapted in accordance with our context. The reason why we say this is that it was named as, it was introduced into the Ethiopian school curriculum for the first time, of course, this is true. And it was named as moral education, which is Gibragab in Amharic. So this was the name given to this subject during the monarchical time. And one of the major aims of this subject at that time was producing ethical and loyal citizens. And it was also aimed at legitimizing monarchical rule. As we know, that time political system was monarchical system, and there was no election, and the king was believed to be a descendant of God, a representative of God, and so no one has a right to go against the interest of the leader, that is the king. So it was aimed at producing, the ethical and the loyal citizen to that political system. And it was used as a tool in legitimizing the monarchical rule of that time. And we can say that it was partisan to the religion. The local reality in Ethiopia is that Ethiopia is a diversified nation. Ethiopia is made up of different identities, different ethnic groups, different religious groups. And for that matter, there are even different political interests in Ethiopia. But at that time, there was no choice, there was no free choice to have any political freedom. And then the subject, the content of the subject was highly related with religious issues. And then that was a single religion. But the fact in Ethiopia was that there was not only one religion in Ethiopia. And so others will be forced to learn the contents which cannot go with their own religion. And then when we look at the medium of instruction, the medium of instruction was in Amharic, but the local reality, as you know, is in Ethiopia there are more than 80 ethnic groups with their own language, but they were forced to learn this subject only with one language, and so this was a problem of the subject again. So it was given from grade 7 up to grade 12. When you come to the second regime, that is Derg regime, during the Derg regime, the subject was named as political education. So now the name is changed as, or appeared as, political education. And it aimed primarily at inculcating socialist ideology, that is Marxism, Leninism, into the minds of citizens. And there was no political freedom as we know in history during the Derg regime. There was only one political party. It was one party political system. And this one party political system, everyone was expected to follow that political system, that is the socialist ideologies. And one of the primary aim of the subject was inculcating these socialist ideologies into the minds of the citizens. And so we can say that it was affiliated with socialist ideologies. It was affiliated with the socialist ideologies, and there is no room left